निवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते.
Some policies and some ideas are just band-aids, okay guys? Not going to the core of the issue and solving the problem and applying a band-aid on top of a band-aid on top of a band-aid is what Congress does, is what BJP is doing today. And when J. Deepak advocates such an issue, that needs to be pointed out. I hope J. Deepak one day realizes that he is just recommending a band-aid on the issue and not going to the core of it, which is his view on free speech. J. Deepak's idea is that right now we cannot have absolute free speech and we should have a blasphemy law because it's the only weapon a Hindu has in terms of pursuing at least a legal case when someone disrespects their gods and goddesses. Because in case of the other side, especially in the Middle Eastern colonizer side, you are either getting sued for blasphemy left and right or you are getting killed. हिंदुओं के पास किल विल करने का कोई इंटेंशन नहीं है, फंड नहीं है, यूनिटी नहीं है, कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, तो हिंदुओं के पास सिर्फ ये राइट ही है सू करने का, तो वो भी हम क्यों ले किसी से. That is J. Deepak's argument, and that is a band-aid. Because what is the core issue? The core issue is either why do people feel the need to criticize someone's god or goddess? Okay, that's the first point that needs to be addressed. People should not be doing that. We should live in a society where we are inherently so ethical and moral and nice to other people that we don't disrespect someone's gods and goddesses. But it is what it is. We don't live in such a society. Then do I just, when someone says the comments on Lord Ram that were coming on my comment section, now should I hire a lawyer for that? I can't. Okay, should I hire a lawyer now every time someone I find to be disrespecting a Hindu god? Nahi, wo kaise hoga? Then how as a Hindu, how am I supposed to respond to that disrespect? What option do I have? I don't have a legal option. That's just a band-aid for someone else to use on me. जो मुस्लिम और क्रिश्चियन मुझसे ज़्यादा अमीर होगा वो मुझ पे यूज कर देगा. If I respond it in the comment section that okay you are calling my god bad, I'll call your god bad. वो story वहाँ खत्म हो सकता था, मगर नहीं क्यों खत्म होगा? Because of J. Deepak's band-aid law, which is let's have the blasphemy law for everyone to use. I think what the better option is gun rights. There can be no freedom of speech without self-defense laws properly. And that is one illusion people don't seem to come out of. Freedom of speech के रहने के लिए a basic requirement is self-defense and gun rights. Okay. And I know most people will start saying that no USA, no school shooting. I will debunk all that. I have debunked many times. I will discard those arguments once again. But let me just explain first. If I had sufficient gun rights, what I would do is if someone disrespects a Hindu god or goddess, anytime I see in the streets or on social media or on a hoarding, I would simply counter it by disrespecting some other god from their religion as a counter measure. अभी आज का जो situation है उसमें क्या होगा? When I will respond, मेरा हाल नुपुर शर्मा का हो जाएगा. Instead then, let's just all have guns. Okay? Because you are not having any secular moral ethos. You are going around disrespecting Hindu gods and goddesses, Navayana Buddhist and all, even they are doing so, mostly. So instead then let me just disrespect your gods, and if you feel that sad and angry enough, come to kill me, I'll just shoot you back. Let's end the matter that way. But J. Deepak's band-aid is a huge problem here. Now let's come to Indian gun rights being compared with USA immediately. Now here I will criticize the people who always give the excuse of American school shootings when we discuss gun liberalization in India by saying that remember even J. Deepak is making a mistake here. See, J. Deepak has actually opened my eyes on this matter that why are you trying to make India USA? Why are you trying to compare India with USA so much? Just because they have diversity and we also have diversity does not mean India has to operate like USA. Okay. That is his argument, and he has been fiercely critical of the Indian right wing in this topic, that Indian right wingers kind of want to turn India into USA. Okay, now there will be obvious differences between India and USA, and there are definitely some similarities between India and USA. It's not completely similar, it's not completely different. ऐसा नहीं है कि इंडिया एंड यूएसए में कोई भी सिमिलरिटी नहीं है आज के दिन में, बहुत सारे ओवरलैप्स है. I'll get to that some other day. But if you are that vehemently opposed to comparing India with USA, why then should you be interested in comparing USA's disastrous mental health system with India's mental health situation? And that's where one of our biggest differences are. India's mental health and physical health situation, family values, is nowhere as screwed up as USA. Not remotely. Why am I bringing that up? Because USA's school mass shootings, not random mass shootings, not random gun deaths, उन सब में शिकागो सबसे आगे है. What we are specifically afraid of in India is the school mass shootings, okay? School active shooter scenarios. That is happening mainly because of the disastrous mental health situation that they have in USA. And that has happened for many reasons. एक तो है उनका ओपियोइड क्राइसिस. हर पेन किलर ऐसा स्ट्रांग है, सब में इतना ओपियोइड्स है that they become addicted. Everyone is born when their mother is about 40, 45, 50. When you are born in those ages, either the mother is extremely unhealthy mentally or the child is born extremely unhealthy mentally and physically. उसके वजह से अगर कोई डॉक्टर के पास गया तो उसको लाइफ टाइम कुछ ना कुछ बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग दवाई खाना पड़ेगा. And the bigger problem what their therapist and psychiatry industry has done is tying their hands with and doing a handshake with the pharmaceutical industry is that any small psychology problem, even if it's not a psychology problem, you will be sent to the psychiatrist in the first place. You will be diagnosed with ADHD, bipolarity, etc. And उसके लिए तुमको दवाई दिया जाएगा which will screw up your mind for the rest of your life. You will not be told to go outside and play. ये चीज़ें अभी भी इंडिया में नहीं होता है and होना भी नहीं चाहिए, and we have to prevent it, and I think these things will be prevented in India because of so much of pushback against white liberal politics and ideas in India in general. I think these white liberal ideas will also get pushed out. अभी थोड़ा बहुत आ रहा है अर्बन एलिट में, कोलकाता, मुंबई, दिल्ली, पुणे में, मगर बाकी इंडिया में ये पर्कोलेट नहीं करेगा. एंड देयरफॉर बाकी इंडिया का ये डिजास्टर्स मेंटल हेल्थ और फिजिकल हेल्थ कंडीशन नहीं होगा. एंड व्हाट इज माई बेसिस ऑफ पिनिंग द gun deaths and school mass shootings on mental health and not just guns? That is because this law came about, that which is their second amendment right, that came about in 1791. ठीक है, 1791 का law. And if you Google any school mass shooting statistics or graphs, I will just open it on Google as well. You will see that all of those statistics and graphs mysteriously show a chart between 1970 to 2022. One chart I think I found which was before 1950. Okay, before 1970, which starts from 1950. Other than that, all gun deaths and mass shooting deaths are about 1970 to 2022. And then even inside that you will see that 70 से यहाँ low होके सबसे ज़्यादा बढ़ोतरी हुआ है 2000 after 2010, थोड़ा बहुत after 2000 and mostly after 2010. So what is the core motive that we can see in American society from the late 2000s and especially from 2010? Their obsession with woke politics. Woke politics के part में क्या है? What are the things inside woke politics? Body positivity, obesity, mental health awareness. Okay, everything is a mental health problem now, and for some reason they think the brain is an abstract thing that's roaming about in the sky and it's not connected to your body. Your brain is a goddamn muscle which runs on blood and good food and good blood circulation, etc. Dehydration, I mean hydration, etc. So when the rest of your physique is absolutely screwed because of your work situation or lifestyle choice, so much of gaming and working from home, sitting down and just working for hours, eating just chips and fast food and cold drinks which are extremely high caloric in USA, the standard American diet that is. उसके बाद अगर तुम्हारा ब्रेन गड्ढे में जाए, हाउ कैन यू देन से इट्स जस्ट अ मेंटल हेल्थ इशू, इट्स नॉट अ फिजिकल हेल्थ इशू? ये सब जो स्टुपिडिटी है यूएसए का, ये सब स्टुपिडिटी इंडिया का नहीं है. एंड देयरफॉर लिबरलाइजिंग गन लॉज इन इंडिया डज नॉट इमीडिएटली मीन मास स्कूल शूटिंग स्कूल में शुरू हो जाएगा. नाउ कमिंग टू द टोटल मास गन मास shootings etc., most of that is categorized as mass shooting if someone has killed more than 2 people, it's called a mass shooting. वो सब में maximum of those happens in Chicago. Okay, all Democrat run cities and states where Republicans have not even come to power for about 20 years, 30 years. Okay, especially Chicago. These are heavily Democrat states who are completely in favor of gun laws. Chicago has the strictest gun laws. Okay, मेरा power cut भी हो गया. And in those places the highest gun deaths happen because the main slogan about gun rights, remember, is that when you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have the guns. Okay, and you as an Indian should know that this is what you have seen growing up in India, haven't you? Especially if you have been born in a village of Bengal or in UP, Bihar. Which criminal in India does not have a gun? How can strong gun laws prevent a criminal from owning a gun. वो criminal है, उसने 50 law तोड़ के बैठ रखा है, और एक 51st वाला law उसको break करने में क्या problem है? जितना भी गन लॉ स्ट्रॉन्ग करो, जो कि क्रिमिनल है उसके पास गन रहेगा ही रहेगा. द ओनली पर्सन हु विल बी सफरिंग इज नुपुर शर्मा or people like you and me. Even then Nupur Sharma got a gun license after all, because she is after all a politician and has some great connections. If a normal person applies for a gun, you cannot do that unless you have strong political connections or army background in your family. You will have to apply, your district magistrate will reject it, you will have to sue a district magistrate, your local district magistrate, then you will be allowed to own a gun, which is an absolutely horseshit gun. Okay, you go to Ordnance Factory's website and you'll see the crap that they sell for thousands of rupees. We can't even get a good gun. That's 70s अमिताभ बच्चन का ढिशक्या वाला गन है, ठीक है. तो ऐसा गन हमको लीगली लेना पड़ेगा आफ्टर सुइंग द डिस्ट्रिक्ट मैजिस्ट्रेट, एंड उसके बाद तुमको लोकल पुलिस को बताना पड़ेगा कि क्या क्या है डिटेल्स. रेगुलर तुमको जाके मूवी दिखाना पड़ेगा थाने में, और जब राइट होगा तब तुमको जब राइट होने के वजह से पहले से ही 144 लग जाएगा, तुमको जाके गन सबमिट कर देना है लोकल पुलिस स्टेशन में. तब गन का क्या फायदा इंडिया में? Okay, even legally you cannot have a gun in your home legally on the day of a riot, for which you might be buying a gun in the first place. Okay, Anushka Tyagi is saying something important here. We cannot substitute incompetence of the state with gun rights. The state needs to have monopoly over the means of violence at all times. We can't outsource it to citizens. It will be disastrous. See, you are 80% right. Why you are 20% wrong is because no state in the history of humanity has been able to eradicate crime 100%, right? So you are saying that 80% of the time, if 80% is just a bullcrap number, I'm pulling it out of my ass basically, but 100% तो कभी कहीं पे भी नहीं होगा ना. Even if you think that magically India will become the law and order capital of the world, even then लॉ एंड ऑर्डर के बाहर में जो कोई आदमी इलीगली गन अक्वायर करके, कोई क्रिमिनल फिर भी किसी को थ्रेटन करेगा या सर्तन से जुदा के लिए मार देगा या ऐसे ही मार देगा, ठीक है, मर्डरर है इसलिए, उसको हम कैसे रोकेंगे? उसको, वो पोटेंशियल विक्टिम, वो मर्डर होने के पॉइंट पे, एट द मोमेंट ही इज फेसिंग द गन, उस पॉइंट पे, उस मोमेंट में कौन सा स्टेट आएगा उसको बचाने के लिए? ओके, what is going to happen at that moment? No state power can save you at that moment. At that moment, you should have a gun to take out of your pant and point at that person. क्या तुझे पसंद नहीं है मैंने क्या बोला फेसबुक में? हाँ, अब बोल क्या बोलना है. Think of all the people who have died because of political violence, and think of all the people who are, I mean, anyone who takes part in political violence deserves to get a violent response. But people like Abhijit Sarkar, okay, the BJP guy who was a animal rights activist, used to feed countless dogs, used to have countless adopted stray dogs in his house. Okay, political violence has been the bread and butter of countless politicians in India, and even in Bengal that was bound to be the case. But on that day, when Trinamool people apparently came to, even charge sheet has been given, when they came to beat up his stray puppies, and they beat to death about 5 to 6 newborn puppies, and then beat him to death in such a way that his parents could not recognize his face. What do you think would have been the response of the Trinamool party workers if he had just brought out his gun? He should have had that right. Okay, there's no other argument here in terms of the justification of owning a gun for a person who does not deserve to get killed. And nor do the kids in the schools of USA deserve to get killed, but that is the side effect of their screwing up their entire society. Many countries have many unsolvable problems. Even Pakistan has many unsolvable problems. See, what's the difference between a guy in a government and me? I am doing armchair quarterbacking, right? I'm giving ideas that are randomly coming off the top of my head. I don't have full data about any inner workings of USA or Pakistan. But even so a lot of solutions that we can give as YouTubers or viewers on the YouTube, a lot of them are impractical in real life. But even in that way, I cannot come up with a solution for Pakistan today. I don't know how they are going to solve this problem, and I don't know how USA is going to solve their mental health crisis. So far I'm listening to their white, black conservatives and black people from their lower middle class backgrounds, even who are Democrats. They are still saying, no, we need these gun rights for our safety. When I come to my black neighborhood, which is full of crime at the after 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I want to have that gun. And I completely understand that as an Indian, or especially as a Hindu in West Bengal. Okay, 27% was the Muslim population of West Bengal in 2011. What do you think it is in 2023? Okay, and how safe do you think people are if they open their mouth? How safe even do you think journalists are? So I don't know why USA's mass school shootings justify Abhijit Sarkar's death here when he could have easily defended himself. If India has more liberalized gun laws, we can all be armed, and if you say that no, then you are more unsafe because then any Middle Eastern colonizer, homie, brother can come and kill you. In that case, use your law and order excuse. Okay, you were saying that law and order should be so strong that you should not even need a gun. I am saying, yes, make law and order as strong as possible so that even when I have a gun, no criminal with a gun dares to come and kill me. All I am saying is, if I am taking into account that law and order will not be 100% successful. If you say 100% successful, hoga law and order magically kabhi na kabhi, then it's even better. Then I'll stay happily with my gun in my home, or the criminal who wants to kill me also will stay in his home with his gun. Law and order अच्छा है, तो हम दोनों ही गन लेके बैठे रखते हैं, ठीक है? Or are you saying that law and order is not going to be fully potent only when both of us have guns? The potential victim and the potential perpetrator. Tab jaake you will say that no, law and order is bad, therefore you are more vulnerable in front of a Muslim who wants to kill you. I'm saying no, trust the law and order now. Or don't trust it at all and let's everyone have guns.
Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura